Alright. And out of there. Alright. Let's see here. Two things I need to do. One, once I get in the game, and to that, machine store, dump truck. That's it. Check out. Order. That. Transport. Dump truck. Alright. Let's see. I'll finish this, I guess. And pan for a little bit more gold, I guess. I found if you do this a couple different times, not just when you see gold, you will get a lot more gold out. So you still got some dirt pieces. You go back down in, come back up, and then do it again. Now, those dirt pieces have turned to gold. If you would have just said, okay, well, that's all the gold I get, and not have kept painting, you would have gotten a lot less gold. So that is something I did learn about the game. Alright. And I dumped the pan on the floor like a dummy. Alright. I did something since the last time we were in here. I'll show you in a minute. Went ahead and put together a wash plant offline. So when we get in here and started playing, you would see the wash plant finish, and I have to wait for me to get all the pieces, put them where they're supposed to go, and all that gobbledygook. Alright, down again, back up. And if the water turns to that murky and you can't really see that well. Got some more dirt in there still, so we'll keep shaking it up. As you see, it's no longer changing to darker colors. That means you have successfully washed all the gold. Still collected. Here. These. Alright. I did it again. Alright, that bucket's empty, so put it on top of that one. Sip this one. And do it again. As I said, you want to keep going until it gets really murky, like that. And then you want to dump the water off. And you see the pieces get smaller and smaller, and eventually, if there's no gold in it, they just wash off. Where if they actually have gold, it will reveal the gold if you do it enough times. As you see, no more dirt pieces, but there's gold. We'll grab all that. There, there. Alright. I think we got one more bucket. Sift this pan or bucket. And again. Until it's nice and murky. And then again. Wash this off real good. There's still a little bit more in there, so we'll go ahead and do it again. Alright. Collect the gold here. Do some more. There we go. Wash it off really good. Bring it up. Pour the water. Do it again. And pretty much wash, rinse, repeat over and over again. Do it again. One more time. Only thing we got left's the gold. Alright, we're up to 20.73 ounces of gold. Now, when you build a wash plant, you don't have to do all this extra stuff, panning for gold and all that. You got machines that do that for you, but this is just the old-fashioned way of doing it. And plus, I'll show you in a minute, the one section where I've been getting this stuff from, you can't get machines back there, so you have to do it this way to get that amount of gold out of that land. And at least this lease, this gold mine lease, I did purchase, so I own this. Let's do it one more time. There we go. There should be all the gold in that. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. See, now the bucket's empty, so we put it on top of this one like that. I'll pan this last bit, and then I'll show you the wash plant. Alright, let's do it again. Done yet. And back down in there again. Some more water, fresh water. Stir it up. Almost. Should be the last one. Alright. Got some decent chunks. Alright, so the panning's done for now. Alright, basically this land back here, this mound, this was the old way I was doing it, which was digging and going that way, and it still comes all the way out to here, this circumference. So there's still a lot to do here, but you can't get machines past this point in the land. So let's go ahead and bring these in. Sit there. So basically, I set up the wash plant back here. Drop it there. Let's do a quick sneak a peek here. Game. No. Apply. Exit. Alright, so what we'll do first off is I did gather some excess equipment I had around here, and I'm going to go ahead and sell it so we can make some quick money, because I don't need it. And here's all these buckets I've purchased forever. Forever to go. Which I don't need anymore, so yeah. And then we'll put this over here, and grab this whole thing, and we'll run it up here, and throw it in there. I didn't need all those extra large miner's cloths, so we'll sell everything. And the miner's moss would give us $3,000. The bucket will give us $30, and sluice basket will give us $320, and the TDJ sluice box will give us $250. So we will sell. I get the $35.99. This is the truck I purchased a while back. Just drive over here. Bulldozer I have, and there's my giant excavator. Okay, basically what you do is once you get your gold, you dump it in here. Then it'll go from here, it'll be picked up by this machine, carried up to this here spot. And here, it will shake loose the dirt and the undesirables. And it'll fall down into here, like rocks. And down here, the dirt will flow into here. And some of the gold will shake off in this thing. And then the rest will go into this, which will go into the Tremel, which will do more sifting. Then it comes down to here. Gold gets collected under here. Then it'll go into here where it shakes again, and gold ends up in this bucket. And down, and then it'll pour up into here. Then it'll go into this. So it's like a 4 or 5 tiered section. That way it will make sure you get all the gold that you can. So let's go ahead and start with a truckload. Truck. Stop. Shut our motor off. Go to our big excavator. Not the pickup. There. Alright. So now we will raise this. Go to drive mode. Now, I did do a new thing that came out. Is a drilling process. You gotta pay for it. I paid $500 in cash, and basically it'll mine all the areas, or several of the areas in the gold patch here for you. So we'll stop right here. It's got a map. Okay, basically you go to gold map. This tells you 289, 338, 340, 365. All this stuff up front is low gold. There's not a lot of gold. Most of the gold's back here in this section. But we're going to go ahead and start, because we've got to start somewhere. If we well, go back to the map. See, like here, you click on that hole. It tells you at 3 meters you got 36. At 4.9 meters you got 64. At 6.4 you got 68. At 9.9 you got 82. This tells you where your gold's located, how deep. And total in this one little spot, you got 11.4 ounces of gold. Now, if you go back to one of the big spots, like here, it tells you 83, 67, 69, so you got 12.97 in this section. In this one, you got 11.9. Not sure what these numbers, I guess they correspond to map coordinates. Like here, you got 11.9, richest spots 64, so you click on this one, it's 10, this one's 10, this one's 11, 12, that one's 9, that one's 9, that one's 11, 10. So at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and you just keep, you know, just tells you where your gold's located. Mainly. So you know where to dig. But we're going to go ahead and just start digging, so we will switch to dig mode. Bring out the excavator bucket. Open her up. Bring her down. Close the bucket. going on? There it goes. And just keep going. Now you can switch views. Get a bucket view, so when you're actually coming down, you actually get, you can see where you're digging at. But the biggest problem with that is you really can't see where you're dropping off at. This view is that kind of, you get inside the tractor view, the excavator view. And you got this one. I like this one mainly, but I do like some of the others, depending on what I'm doing. Like I said, you can dig as much as you want. There's some rain going on. Turn the lights on so we can see. Here. Down. Hit my truck. Get back in the dang machine, dummy. Now you can see how you can dig more there, but you want to keep it somewhat level, so it's best to go down like this and then close the machine. As you can see, you didn't get much in the bucket, so come back around. But even though there's not a lot going on in the bucket right at the moment, you do have other things you need to do. Strip that out, bring it down. See, you can go down there, but the problem with going down there is you're just going to dig a big hole. So we'll go ahead and take that. Sheena. We're at 98% there, so let's go ahead and get in the truck. Drive around this way. Box here. Let's show you how it happens. Now, we come in here, there's our truck, this is our fuel tank, our extra fuel tank we purchased. We go inside this building, turn on the duplexes, duplex jigs, goes on, turn on the conveyor, the terminal, water pump, terminal, Glacier Creek, and the conveyor belt. And here, pull off the damn thing, around here. Trying to get on top. It's just not letting me do it. Anyway. There are clicks in there. As you go, dump into this. Oh wait, I don't think I connected power to that. No, I sure didn't. Let's see, I should have another big power line. And I just spilled my dynamite everywhere. That's freaking smart. So, connect the power line here. Run it along here. I'm trying to keep all the lines run the same direction so that way I'm not having main lines struck all over the dang place. This side. There. Now I come back in here, and now we turn on the conveyor belt. Now, the dirt. You see it carry up and dump out. There it goes. See it hold up. About a 2.77 ounce nugget. And this is all the rocks that are no good. They just go into nothing. This is where all the dirt and water becomes gold. Goes down into this from here. And it goes to this, which is the terminal, which washes it, all that stuff again. That's loud. Then it goes down to these things. The jigs. And then that goes to these things, which washes gold out here. As you can see, I got 12 there, 12 there, 12 there, 12 there. I have the cost in that, so that's I think it costs for that. Also, 3.41 ounce, nice. In here, gold flex in here, which we have buckets here for that. So we'll do is go here. We'll go to the journal. No, it's dig 2. And we go to the equipment store, gameplay, tablets, machine store, other machinery, wavetables, gold nuggetator, and the stationery. Magnite, this tells you how to do the Magnite. Maps, Night Talk parcel, tells you all about each parcel. Tools, no. Vehicles, no. Where's it at? It's called the Sluice Box. Alright, now the TJG Sluice Box. That's the Tremel. This is one that goes here. Now you can go to text and it says sluice box. When it's in the first place, you can catch some water flow. Use the grates to prevent the gold nuggets to go any further. To move sluice boxes, you need steel rope and an excavator. So it tells you about each piece. So it's kind of like your whatever. See, it's empty here. Once it empties, save time, just go hit stop. Shut everything off. Yeah, 19 gold, 19 gold. These have nothing in. You get pieces for that, and those hold 19 apiece. So what you would do now is get your truck, go right down and collect more gold. Pretty simple. Stop. And you get out. You can leave the machines run if you want, but it does lose gas that way. So, all right. Now you can take and do that. Come down here, jump out. close directly into the truck. You just keep going with the vehicles. Come out. Here. You see there? Goes up with more. Keep doing it over and over again. Put you on some music or a nice podcast and just relax and play. Definitely a good chill game. Truck. Drive up here, dump it off again. That's mainly what you're doing. Time in, time out. So you can go ahead and start the machine up again and run that. Or you can do what I'd like to do is go after a second tower. Now the good thing to do, I found, is you don't remember where you were sitting. So what I like to do is from here. This around like that. side of the wheel. So what you can do is get out, run up here, grab some kind of a marker, bucket, work light, something, and put this bucket right over where you think it is. So we park directly where that bucket's sitting. It will be perfectly lined up. So we'll walk back about here. Now, back in the excavator, you can see where your belt's going to land. So, you start opening it, it goes right in. Now, on here, there. And if you happen to dig a big hole in one spot, it's not a big deal, because honestly, that's what bulldozers are for. So, bucket's full. That's what these are for. This is for. This is the big bulldozer. It's new compared to the other machines we have in the past. Okay. What this is good for. Is getting up here. Let's say you've got a big mountain of dirt right there. Just turn like this. Drop the shovel down and then push it. Just keep pushing the goals. What it does, it builds up the mound again. It kind of smooths it out to where you get rid of the deep spots you had before. And you see it's all moved and pushed forward by the bulldozer. It does what the other bulldozer that we used to have here should have been done in the first place, but didn't. Now we can come up here to do put your bulldozer or your dump truck up again. It's all made up for you again. Pretty simple. Now we come back around again. That simple. You just keep doing it over and over again. Another method to do with the dump truck is you know about where the pull mark is. So come out to about where the pull mark is like that. And then excavator, you can see about where it's going to land. See where it's going to sit. Now if you pull it in a little bit like that, then open her up. All stays in there. Just keep on doing it. But that's basically how you run it to keep the gold coming in and to use your equipment to the best of your ability. System. Leave that run because we're going to dump it here in a minute. So. come up here to our power unit. Turn our machines on again. It starts working again. Noisy. I'm just sitting here trying to wait. Empty out enough. As you can see, that's how far our hole we've dug so far. Eventually, you will reach the bottom, and you won't be able to dig any further. That's what the bulldozer's for. It's once you get to that very minimum bottom layer, you can kind of push it onto one pile and be able to pick it up easier. So, one thing we do need to do is up here, while this is running, making money, let's turn the volume down a little bit because that is very loud in my ear. I don't know how it is to y'all, but man, is that loud to me. So let's cut it down to about 85. Machine volume, about the same. Actually, we can cut this back up. Yeah, apply. That's a little bit quieter, not so loud. You see, it's got 33 there. None there. Gaining gold there. Set up, so be prepared for that. What in the world happened here? Repair it for 150 grand. Ah, so you have to drive it from the river no more. You can have a water tank. Nice, nice. This is a storage container, like I said. Just threw my dynamite all over the floor like a dummy. I don't know the purpose of the dynamite at this point in time, but I will figure it out. But yeah. shuts everything off all at once. And I need to run into town. Because I did forget something to set up. It's 13:44, which means it's 1:44 in the afternoon. Come in here and come to town. I don't like to use the in-cab view in this game because it's not good. It's not really a great view. As I'll show you here, it's kind of not really the greatest view. Kind of bull crap, really. Whoa, Mark, slow down. I like more to the external view. Come into town. I did forget something on those machines, on the sluice boxes going to the jigs. I forgot to get cloths for those. So, loading issue. It always does this. It's always pauses during the loading. So, always right there in that spot it loads. You got to slow down before you get there, but I didn't, so it took a minute to load. Cross tracks. This way. I don't know if it's going to be there or here. Let's pull in here first, the machine shop. Alright, let's see. Well, I bought them over here. But there's no cloths to be bought here, I don't think. It's the shakers, the jigs, Tremel, bulldozers. That's the small excavator. It's the huge excavator. Big excavator. Huge excavator's over there somewhere. That's a DLC equipment. No, it's not here. Okay, so it's going to be... It's going to be over here in the machine area of the, I think it's accessories. Pull in here. This is the shop where you buy your stuff. I don't think it's these. This is the Hogs Pan. There it is. These here. Miner's Moss. I need 6 of these. Let me just go ahead and 6. 20 of them. Purchase. Alright. Here they all are. Good thing about these. Now these you can pick 4 up at a time. Just walk up to them, go pick up 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all you can do is 4 at a time. Put those in the truck. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, crap. Dropped one. All of them, I should say. So. Last four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. I forgot to put those minor cloths in. That was my fault. Should have remembered that, but I didn't. The police department. Machine area. We buy machinery. Now I do have the Orange Beast and the Frankensteiner, but those will come into play later in the game. I don't want to break those out right now. I just want to use your other equipment. Camera right here. Oop, we're loading again. There we go. See how if you stop fast enough, it loads a lot quicker. If you come full blast in there, it'll lock up on you and it'll think forever. Now there is the thing about the story mode where there's notes that you gotta collect. There's one over here somewhere. You see it flash up, let's say story. It'll show like a scroll of paper. Come on, there it is. Story. So if you now, as closer you get to it, the more it'll flash. That's flashing faster because of that right there. You found a new part of the story. Check out the end of your journal. I'll show you that in a minute. We're gonna head back. So stop here. Shut off. Get out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I just pushed my things all over the place. So now you grab these 2 at a time. Now you grab these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Crud. Great. Anyway. I go in there. There. Ah, crud. Ah, crud. Grab this. Put it in there. Grab more. And then 2 more go here. Oh, are you so serious? Put this in there. Grab that grate and that grate. And that's why those are set up. So it's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the minor cloths. 1, 2, 3, 4. First time you gotta move the crates. And drop them there. Grab that one. Drop it there. 2, 3, 4. Oh, jump completely over it. One, 2, 3, 4, and 2 more. Oh. Dang it, jumped over it again. One, 2. Now, grab one grate. Right there. Grab 2 here. And we jumped it again. I'm getting good about jumping that. Oh, those are covered now. Cool. So I'm going to do truck hit here because I don't need to worry about it. And start shoveling gold again. Like I said, this is a good relaxing game to just sit and listen to music or your favorite podcast or whatever. And then you just kind of keep doing this. Bring it around. Open her up. Alright, we're at 55. Oh, you see the weight's pushing it down into us? That's hilarious. Brakes aren't holding it. Around, open her up. Oh wait, wrong button. There we go. Open her up. And then just keep doing it. Back over again. That's 97. We'll go ahead and call that one good. Oh, it wasn't brake wasn't on, that's why it rolled. I thought I put the brake on. And we just keep rolling up right over our bucket. in. I mean, this game is a lot of wash, rinse, repeat stuff, but I kind of like it. Just gives, you know, it's a non-thinking game, really. You just get in here and play. Alright, so back a little bit, turn the Sherper. Jump back in our bulldozer. Dump it in there. Pretty simple. Oh shoot, wrong button. What have we got in there so far? 68. Alright, we got a ways to go yet. So we'll extend this on a little bit. Grab this part of the mound. Just keep digging out the gold. That one's full. Take it down over here, or dump the others off. We'll back it in, start the machines up, and then we'll have to dump it slowly. Alright, come back here. Nugget. Now another way of doing this is by using the Frankensteiner and the conveyor machines, and to set it up down there, run by conveyor in the Frankensteiner until it gets up here. That's the only other way of doing it. Let's see how we're doing over here. A 5.16 ounce. Nice. Ball and runs. 74. 75. So yeah, we're almost 100%. Rain. It's 2:50 in the afternoon on this game. Lucky you found a 5.31 ounce. Nice. Alright, back up in here. Other way, dummy. As I said, you only go down so far before it hits solid rock, and you can't dig no further. So you got to be careful. Yep. Let's see here. Around. This game really needs to be a two-player game. Come back around here. Just keep wash, rinse, repeating. We're at 70 ounces, so we're good. All kinds of mats are full. So now these are full. And right up here, buckets are full. Get the machines up. Okay, so yeah. Now I need other machines to finish up the work. Which I'll have to purchase a little later on. I hope you enjoyed this game as much as I have, and will continue. I will be playing more of it, and I will be doing more live streams because I've got it figured out now. So thank y'all for stopping by, and I hope y'all enjoy. Please, if you do feel inclined to like, comment, subscribe, please do. It does help the channel and me. So y'all have a wonderful day, and we shall see you next time.